Hey guys, everyone wants to get long kill streaks with heroes in Battlefront 2, but it's difficult. Another reason it is really hard to learn is that it's so different from any other game. In Battlefront 2, you are literally a character that is much stronger than everyone else. The main thing you need to learn to get a good kill streaks is about where to be and less about how you take out an enemy, although that is still very important. If you are struggling to get kill streaks, then don't feel discouraged because it is not a measure of how good you are at the game. Getting a long kill streak is only one type of way to play the game. It's also worth mentioning that these tips apply to both Galactic Assault and Supremacy, so you can use them whenever you want. But now, let's get into the video. The first tip is never stay still. The main thing that will help you maximize your kills is never staying still. Always be moving around the map looking for people to kill. People aren't going to be coming up to you. If you are in a certain spot where a couple of people are, and you pick up a couple of kills, don't stay there because it's unlikely anyone else will spawn there and give you more easy kills. Instead, go to the other side of the map or another objective point and look for another group of people there. Once you've dealt with them, then you can go back to the spot from earlier and try to get a couple of kills again. The best kill streakers are people that are really good at this process. They know how to switch through the map and pick up a lot of kills. My second tip is to know the spawn points. The next part of tip number 1 is to know the spawn points in the most populated areas of each map. This is something that comes with playing each map more and more. What you want to do is always be where the enemy team is spawning. There are always a couple of these spots on each map, so you can usually switch between these spots and pick up a good bit of kills. On most maps, these spots are usually behind the objective, where the other team is trying to get into the objective. In these spots, there's usually a steady stream of players that will be coming for you to kill. Combine this with also moving around a lot, and you can make it so that you are always seeing enemies. When you play a map, always try to notice where the enemies are coming from and where the most crowded parts are. The more you work on learning these spots, the more kills you will be getting. This is easiest done in Supremacy since you can pretty much camp the AI spawn. The third tip is to watch your region and don't get too cocky. In order to get a high kill streak, you need to stay alive. The main thing is just to be mindful of your health. You need to watch your health regeneration and make sure you are never losing too much health. This is obviously easier with heroes like Obi-Wan, who has a lot of health. With Obi-Wan, it can be okay to get a little cocky and go into dangerous situations because his health is so forgiving. It's totally different with Luke because he has so little health regeneration. So you always have to be careful, and the amount of cure you need changes depending on what hero you are going. So to also make sure you're not losing all your health, you can't be too cocky about where you are going. If you see a hero, you need to be extremely careful. You need to be careful with reinforcements, and if it's all infantry, then you can usually take them all out. But the important part, if there are reinforcements, or sentries, or vanguards, or just anything that can do a ton of damage, you need to make sure you take care of those guys first, or else they can do a ton of damage to you. My fourth tip is to not swing spam. In order to take out multiple enemies safely, you need to use your abilities wisely. The ideal way is to use a combination of attacks and abilities. If you just go into a group of enemies and start swing spamming your way through everyone, then you will lose a lot of health every time. So try to use your abilities as much as possible to take out everyone. One of the simplest combos is for characters with dashes like Maul and Luke. Do one regular attack, then dash. It's a really quick way to deal with the enemy. Using your abilities to take out multiple people will make a big difference. The last tip I have is to circle the objective. This last thing I'm going over is for heavy objective areas. This is pretty similar to how you should act in other areas. You need to focus on all the areas to get into the objective area. Don't just stand around the objective. You will get a lot more kills pushing the other team in the last phase compared to just waiting for the enemy to come to the objective. This also, just in general, helps the team a lot. That's all my main tips, but really the best tip I can give is to practice and know your hero's strengths and weaknesses. With time, you will learn the maps and learn how to maximize your kills. You will also get good enough to handle multiple enemies and roll through the other team. But it takes time. I remember a time when I was super excited for a 26 kill streak that I got in Galactic Assault. Now I can get that amount in a 3-minute match easily. If you keep practicing, then you will get better and you will go on your own long kill streaks. If this video helped you out or you just enjoyed the video, then leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. I post multiple videos a week going over tips and tricks and discussions and guides and anything you can know for Battlefront 2. See you guys next time. Bye.